The standout feature of Call of Duty is the fact that we get new maps, new guns every single season, and the players have to adjust and play on those every single year. So it's a fun ride to see what is going to be in, what's out, and I've always wanted to make a prediction list and see how accurate I can be at predicting what the pros like to play on, just based off the map overlay and how I've experienced the map so far. We still haven't played Control yet in multiplayer, as it's not an option, but let's give this a best try, and once the league gets started, we'll see how close I am, and I'll make a video explaining how close I am. And this is gonna be hard, but I'm excited to try. Let's go right into it. First off, let's start with Embassy, and here's the map overlay. So Embassy. Now looking at this map, the spawns are here and here, I believe, yes. And so this whole middle lane is really long. We got a lot of height here on these maps. We got windows, and up top here. So we've been seeing a lot of people play S&D, which I believe is very possible here. Now, I do not think hardpoint is possible. We've already seen the pros play it in their scrims and whatnot, and I just don't see it happening. I don't think it's fun to watch. I doubt they're having fun playing hardpoint in this game. It just seems too short, too many long lines, and too much height in such a small, confined area. And then Control. I have had... I just don't see that either. I have to say this has to be only S&D at this point. And I'm tempted to say nada and just do nothing, but I don't see this being multiple. I do not see this being hard. I do not see this staying in. If they actually like it, we saw Bance do a Twitter post where he talked about it and said he actually liked it. He didn't like it. He's like, this cannot be hardpoint. Which I'm glad he finally said that. I saw this morning right before I did this video, and I'm glad he agrees with me, because I just do not see this map playing very well. It's just too small and narrow. And then Taraq is up next. This map gets a lot of hate, and I kind of understand why. It's pretty open, but I feel like if you play the map right, you can sneak in and kind of hide yourself from those long sights. I think this whole back area is really fun to play in. Really fun. I like sitting back on this edge wall, watching this point and this point. This just feels like a nice 3-lane map to me. As soon as I played it, I thought, my first few times playing it, understanding the sight lines and whatnot, I just see this map playing pretty well in different things. Sorry. And real quick, S&D in Vanguard, we had 4 maps. We had 4 maps of hardpoint and then 3 of Control. So I'm going to try to stay around that. I think I'm going to stick this in multiple for now, because I do think... so it's between multiple or hardpoint. And I'm actually going to go hardpoint first. And then we'll go down later if need be. But I do see this map playing very well on hardpoint. I think you can have those ARs set up, the SMGs running through the middle. I think the whole area is fun. I think it's set up pretty nicely again with these lanes coming through. So we'll see how that goes. I might change my mind later. Okay, Farm 18. Now, looking at this overlay here, I am immediately pushing towards multiple. I think just the map design is pretty well done. Very strategic and easy to understand. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I was backwards. So, yeah, here's the 3 lanes coming through the middle. I think if this map immediately calls out to me to be multiple, I'm very certain this will be an S&D. I think they're gonna have to fix the points though. So at this point, we got A is down here, and then you got, or B is down here, and then A is over here. So obviously one is much better than the other. This one, you have literally no contest to get to the bomb site and plant. This one you do. Obviously, it's horrible. If you got someone on top building, there's a lot of angles to hold this site. And I just feel like this map has the ability to do multiple. It's just not in the right situation to do it. Simply for the fact, as I said, the points just are weak for S&D, and then hardpoint, we still have to deal with the 14 hardpoints or whatever, and it's ridiculous. Anyways, I think if this was like P1, P2, keep these all the same, P3, P4, P5, I think that'd be clean. And if they fix those situations, which I'm not sure, I mean, there's no way the pros are going to play on a more than 5-point hardpoint, but I just see this map being multiple. I really do. I think this map's has always been solid. It's enough open. It's enough enclosed. It runs pretty smoothly. So, and not enough lines of sight that gets annoying. I just think this will be multiple. And then on control, let's go back real quick. On control, where are you at? On control, I would expect it to be here and here, and I just think that could play well too. I could see this being like a Tuscan, where we see it in every game mode, not just 2, but all 3. Bagra Fortress. Now, this is probably my favorite multiplayer map. I might do a tier list right following this, just putting them all in my favorites. This one has been really fun. This is kind of giving me that boat cage vibe. I love boat cage from Vanguard. I think it's freaking fun. So this map kind of gives me that vibe. It's just small enough, a lot of congestion. So we've seen this map play a lot on S&D. And so if I recall, here's this spawn, and then here's the other spawn. And then we got bomb site here and bomb site here. Now, this map, it's within 2 seconds, so you can start contesting each other. If we run right inside this building, you can immediately see each other within 2 seconds. They've all been playing this for S&D, and I do not know why. I just don't believe this will be S&D. I have a really hard time believing that. This just seems like an automatic, easy hard point. That's my thoughts right there. Asilo. Where is it? Bagra. So, and I think even control. I think it's too small for control as well. We never saw this map play well on control, either. Oh, sorry, we haven't seen it yet. As none of these maps we've seen it, but I just don't see how. If A and B were here, I don't know how. There's enough time. You need to have enough travel distance time to get there, and I do not see this being a control map. Not at all. But I do think it could be a fun hardpoint. It'd be a really contest heavy hardpoint, fighting zombies off each point. They're just people just flooding in and you're stopping them. But yeah, I think it could run pretty solid. I think pros like maybe Octane probably might not like it too much, as he didn't like bow cage, which makes sense. It's a little bit mixier. It's harder to be really consistent on that kind of map. But I do see this map actually playing. San Jacinto border crossing. Now this is probably going to be the easiest option here. There's no way in hell this map is going to go in. It's nada. Now I will say I have slightly been enjoying my time on it, as it's just so different. I like weaving through the cars and holding a crouch and watching every angle and looking through the car windows. I think it gives you a diverse map design, which is not bad at all for multiplayer purposes. I do skip it sometimes, but this is definitely a big old fat nada. Okay, Breenburgh Hotel. Now, this is going to be hard because there's new reports that this map might not even play for copyright issues. So it looks like they are going to can this map, which sucks, as I think it's one of the better hardpoint maps. And then I also think it's good S&D, and I think this could be an easy multiple map. But I'm going to put this in multiple, but I'm going to keep this for the record. This probably won't be in, so I'm not going to, if it's not in, I'm not going to put this on myself as not. I'm just saying what this map should be. I think this map should be, the hard points is really fun. When we go from P1, I just think this map just is one of the most smooth hardpoint maps. And I don't know why people hate it. Some people, right? There's some people that love it, as with every map. But right, holding the P1 is really mixy. It's fun, a lot of angles, but easy enough to hold. Holding this back spawn for P2, watching these angles. I just think this map plays really well. And then getting that transition over P3, holding the back spawns, cut across. Every hard point is exactly how you want it. You want it to be back and forth and back to make the spawns harder, so that if you're holding the hill, it's harder to get to the next. It just runs really smoothly. And then we've also seen it play well in S&D, with the points being here and here. Yeah. So it's really even for both sides to get to each point, holding these top angles, holding these angles in here. I just think it's really solid. And then control, we have no idea. But watching it, I don't know why this wouldn't work very well as a control map. And I just, this should be a multiple map. It should be. Now, will it be? I don't know. Now, Mercado, you're out of here. They've all been playing, okay, so they've all been playing Mercado as well as an S&D map. And I just don't understand. I'm literally perplexed to the extreme on why they would want to play this map. This map is too small. It's not open enough. I just do not like this map at all for competitive. And I mean, for multiplayer, it's not too bad. It's not bad. It could be a lot worse. But I got to throw Sonata. I just do not see it. I don't know why they've all been playing it. And if I'm wrong there, I'll be mad that they chose it. Because I just do not think it plays well in any sense. It's just too tight. This whole lane is way too freaking mixy. And like hardpoint is it's just awful. Because, so we got P1, the mixiest hill of all time. You got people sniping each side. You got guns blazing. When you just take a look in here, everyone's shooting. It's just mixy. And then the P2 is here. And it's extremely hard. There's just no hill rotations. Like, if you're spawning here, it's really hard to lose that hill. And then there's no way to get around it. It's everything. Like, if this whole thing was, like, expanded, I could see it possibly. But there's, like, if you are holding P2, you have to, like, there's just no way to get in. There's no way to rotate. It's just not fun. I do not like this map. I'm sorry. For competitive, I would not like this map for competitive. There's no way I'd like it, and I'm going to put nada for that one. Okay. Now, Crown Raceway, I think, is going to be interesting. So, again, this is the second map where I'm not going to let this hang on my head if it's not in, because we have rumors that the CDL might not allow competitive to be on this freaking map. They're not going to allow them to do it because of the trademark issues, whatever. Which I feel like they've fixed by changing the name and changing the map, but whatever. Now, this map is larger. It's giving me like kind of Desert Siege vibes slightly. Desert Siege had this big building, a big right, and a left train tracks. I mean, it's hardly like Desert Siege, just size-wise, maybe similar. But now, Hardpoint, I think this is one of my favorite maps to play Hardpoint. I think it's large enough to get the rotations to play strategic. And I just think, and then S&D, I have not played S&D on this map. I do not, no, I have. Yeah. So I think bomb sites are here and here, if I am correct. I just think this map plays well. I think it's large enough. I think it's maybe a little too long to get back, but that's always good for competitive, as you can hold angles. When you actually get a kill, it actually matters. And it just kind of gives me Cold War vibes in that sense, where the map actually feels playable in a sense of if you do the right things, you actually get rewarded in the right way. This feels like a multiple map. It probably will not be in just because of trademarks, but I like it a lot. And I think it could play well in all. But we could say just S&D and Hardpoint for now, which gives us 4 S&D, 4 Hardpoints, and then we're almost there. We almost got everything, which is going to be too much, so I might have to put this in nada. But just remember, I feel like this could play well, but it probably will not be in. Okay, Asilo. Now this one's going to be hard. I am torn on this map. Because it's just hard for me to get my head around a map where they put in 15 hardpoints for multiplayer. Now, because of that, there's 10. Yeah, here's the hardpoints. Here we go. So, yeah, right, 1, 2. I think the way the hardpoints are set up is nice, except the 6 and 7. That's way too close and it's not fun. But there's enough distance traveled, time. You can get the spawns. Hold this spawn and then move over, get this spawn. The 3-lane feels nice. I'm going to put a hard pass on Asilo being hardpoint, but I will say this will be S&D. I could definitely see this map being S&D. Definitely. I think we've seen people play it, and it feels fine. I think the points are probably just in the middle section. I cannot remember where they are. Again, like an idiot. But they just feel nice. I think this map could be S&D. There's enough space that you don't feel so crowded like Mercado when you're playing that in S&D. I do think this will be an S&D map. Last up, Zarqua. And this is one I have not given thoughts before this video, so I'm going to try to capture my thoughts. So this is the only map with water. They made it seem like this Modern Warfare 2 is going to have all this water aspects, but they have not had any, except this map. And I think the water is really cool. Jumping in and making plays by, there's so many little water holes. It's pretty fun to jump in the water. There's been a few times where I'm getting shot here in mid, jump in this water, and then make your way behind, and then flank. I think it's pretty fun. I think this map would actually be one of the most fun maps to play. To watch and play. Even though it's not the most well-designed map, it's kind of like, it's not as systematic as the other maps are. I just think it'd be fun with the water aspect. There's a few high points, a few low points. This whole point is really mixy, sitting on the top and pushing in. P1 is going to be mixy as all get out. But yeah, I like the hard point transitions. These ones are pretty far apart. These both are pretty far apart, and it's hard to get that transition over. But at this point, this feels like a multiple to me. So, with what we've got here, let's look. Okay, this one's definitely be all three, is what I'm thinking. Farm 18 will definitely be all three. So with all three, so we're gonna have 3. So that's 3 S&D, 3 hardpoint, 1 control, and then Breenburgh. I might have to take this one out. Because well, at this point, actually, we're pretty spot on with how many maps competitive usually has. So if we put these 3 in all 3 aspects, we're going to have 5 S&D, 5 hardpoint, and 3 control. Based off this. Now, I could see Taraq possibly being control. But again, it's hard for me to think so with the sight angles for S&D. I think you're going to have too many camping moments for S&D that they might not want to use it. But it is possible for control. At this point, 5 S&D, 5 hardpoint, 3 control. That's pretty nice. But yeah, there is my freaking competitive list. Once the season 1 happens and we see the map drops and what's going to go down, which it might be in the next few weeks before December 1st, I'm going to make another video going over what I just went through. And here it is. Nice. So thanks for watching. And please feel free to like and subscribe and watch some other videos for Midnight Release.